Welcome to another episode of Let's Chat Podcast, y'all. I am your host, JoJo.
And I'm Dayra.
Oh, here's the $1 million question for all those who are so damn nosy. Oh, that was so cute. Anyway, how did we meet, babe?
Okay, so
I'm gonna let her tell the story first.
This video / podcast is just gonna be about how we met, because we realized that we never made like an introduction video about how we met. We only did like a coming out video, and we don't say it in every episode or podcast, but we're in a relationship.
That's my girlfriend.
Yes. So this is how it went. So I was on TikTok, right? And this was like the summer after COVID. So COVID started around like January, February, around there. And I had just got on TikTok and I was scrolling and I was on gay TikTok because you know the algorithm never lies. And I had seen a video of her. And the video basically said like she was looking for her future wife. So I was like, oh, wow, who is this?
I'm going to go ahead and say it for you. Damn,
What did the video say?
Oh, it said, dear future wife, I'm going to need you to hurry the fuck up and come save me from this nonsense before I lose my mind. That was verbatim.
Literally. So I was like, oh, who is this girl? Like, let me follow her. So I'm not the type of girl that like comments on people's videos with like heart eyes, like, ooh, like, no, I don't do that. I don't do all that. I just followed her on TikTok. And then she had her Instagram connected to her TikTok. So I started following her on Instagram. And I had actually just got on Instagram as well. I know, super weird, but I was off social media even during the pandemic because I was getting my master's. So I basically just deleted everything for like a year and a half, and I had just got back on social media. So I didn't have a lot of pictures, and I had a lot of pictures of like things like the view or like the beach, but like not a lot of like face pictures.
She's all about the aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, like it was just like it looked like a Pinterest board type of thing. So I didn't expect her to follow me back, and she ended up following me back. And then what happened?
I did. I don't even remember how I seen you. She like popped up on, I think that was after I followed you. Mm-hmm. So at the time, obviously TikTok was just popping because nobody had shit to do. But I was kind of like growing in terms of like,
yeah, she had thousands of followers. When I was following her, she had like over 60,000 followers on TikTok. So I was like, she's not gonna see little old me, but whatever, you follow people on TikTok just for fun. So yeah, she had a lot of followers, and I literally had like 5 followers. Like I barely had any TikToks.
Yeah, she had like a couple, like some bullshit ones, but I didn't have her, like I didn't see her on TikTok yet. I actually saw her follow me on Instagram, and at the time I was getting a lot of follow notifications, like a whole, not to sound like a fuckboy, but a whole bunch of women were following me from TikTok. So like I kind of already knew like, all right, all these follows, I don't know any of these people, we don't have anybody mutual, so they're coming from TikTok. So you know, every once in a while, you know, I'd pop in and get a new notification and I'd see it, but you know, when you get a lot of notifications, you don't really look at all of them. So I guess I just happened to pay attention that day, and I'm like, oh, you know, got a couple followers, and I happened to click on hers, and I was like, who's this? Like, I don't know who this is. Obviously, she's from TikTok. We have no mutual friends. And I'm looking,
and my bio said I was from New Jersey, and her bio on TikTok, I think, said she was from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So that's also why I follow her, because I was like, oh, she's from Jersey. I never seen her. But then we realized that she's from South Jersey, and I'm from North Jersey. And I was like, oh, like no wonder I've never seen you. Like, thank God.
Yeah. I looked at her bio. That was the other thing. I don't even remember your picture, but again,
The same picture.
she had a whole is it
Yeah.
okay? She had a whole bunch of like pictures on there, but again, they're like of her back or like side views or like her at the park and like I don't know, it wasn't like clear like let me see your face, like I can see your face type shit.
Yeah.
And I'm very weird when I look at people's shit because I'm like, yo, I need to know what you look like without makeup on.
Oh,
like
yeah.
makeup is cool and everything is cute.
Oh my gosh.
But if I don't get a natural face in here somewhere, I'm
Without the
scared.
filter?
Yeah, without the filter, without the makeup, or at least like because not dubbing everyone who don't have fabulous eyebrows, but you gotta have some type of eyebrows. Like I feel like the way women are like putting on makeup, they just really know how to make shit look real is my point. So I was like, I'm not getting played. So I'm like, I need to see her face. She's not showing her face.
Yeah.
And she got long
she
ass
still
hair.
followed me though.
I did because I read the description and it was like, oh, from New Jersey.
I had I had that I was a Virgo.
A Virgo, yeah. Her zodiac sign was on there, which I was like, oh, I'm a Virgo. Like,
yeah, I have my master's degree. Like,
yeah, she got her master's. So I was
this is LinkedIn or something.
Like she's smart. Like she got her shit together, and she had a few pictures that again were of her, and I see one, the graduation picture, and I was like about is the most that I could see of her, and I was like, nah, I'm still skeptical. Like, she looked good in that picture, but like, nah, I'm still like, I need to see this shit, like more of this. Yeah. So I followed her. Completely forgot I followed her. Probably, I don't even know how long after I followed her. She popped up on my feed, like on the story feed, and it was like she was sitting in a chair, taking a picture and like took a selfie in the mirror or whatever, and she just chilling. And I'm like, bullshitting, swiping through people's shit that I don't want to see. And I just stopped. And I was like, oh shit, who that? I didn't know I'll follow this shorty. And it ended up being her. And I was like, oh shit, she look kind of cute. So I kind of heart-eyed it. And she just liked it. That was it. She wasn't, there was all that, she followed me, impressed me, whatever. Nothing. Yeah. So she liked when I reacted to her story and I heart-eyed it, and I was like, all right, fine. I'm just gonna leave you there then.
I was playing hard to get.
Whatever.
She thought I was gonna respond right away. I mean, I thought about it, but I was like, when I told her this before, I was like, when I met her, I thought she was a fuckboy. I was like, this girl got hella followers. Like, she got hella followers on TikTok. Like, these girls are thirsty. She probably thinks I'm one of these girls that's thirsty. Like, So that's why I just liked it. And I was just like, and then.
Called it a day.
Yeah, she called it a day. And then my birthday was coming up. And you kind of followed me, like, I want to say maybe like Thursday, and my birthday was on a Tuesday or something like that. But I had a lot of plans for my birthday. Like, my birthday was on a Tuesday, unfortunately, so I celebrated it on like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, with like different people. Like, one day it was like with my close friends, and we went to Jersey City. So that day I posted the view of New York City from Jersey City. And if you're from up north, you know that the view is like super nice. And then she like hit me up again with the heart eyes of the city. And I think I responded to you then because I was with my friends and I was like, should I respond to her? Like, this is the second time she hits me up with the heart eyes. And they were like, yeah, like, just respond. They didn't think much of it, and I didn't think much of it either. And then she was like, where is that? And I said, oh, it's in Jersey City, in this restaurant. And I told her what the restaurant was. And then she was like, oh, like, it's like a really nice view. And then I said, yeah, like, maybe I can take you one day. Me trying to flirt or whatever. Like, but you just say that. Like, yeah, maybe I'll take you around one day, And then she was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever. And then I think we exchanged numbers. And you ended up texting me. And I was surprised that she texted me. I don't know why I was surprised.
Yeah, like the fuck. She gives me her number. She's like, oh, like I'm gonna get off this. Text me if you want. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fucking text you. Like, the fuck? I didn't just get dubbed to then go back in there and get nah. So I text her, and that's what she said. She was like, I'm surprised you text me, and I'm like,
I don't know. People
the
be
fuck
weird.
You give me your number for
yeah,
then.
Yeah.
Like, why are we surprised? And then she was just like, I don't know. I mean, I just figured you was just gonna, I guess play hard to get.
Yeah.
Like, that I was gonna wait. But I didn't. I was like, listen, we already wasted time. You already done me once. I'm here back to back. Like, I didn't give it really no time. Like, the day before, like when I did like her story, she just liked it. And then the next day when she posted the view, I was like, all right, I'm gonna shoot this shot again because she playing. Like, I need details. I need to know some things. So I did it again, and then that's when she like responded this time. So I was texting her, and that was a Friday. We probably texted that whole weekend, and then I was like, she was like, my birthday coming, da-da-da, and I was like, well, mine's just passed. I said, so we can, I'm down to celebrate. And I figured, who cares what happens? I'll go out there. I'll get it. I'll get to see some of the city. I'll get to experience it. And worst case scenario, I go home and I say, bye-bye.
Yeah.
It didn't turn out like that. I didn't say bye-bye.
Yeah, so since my birthday was on a Tuesday, I wasn't working on that day. So while we were texting, she mentioned if I wanted to chill on my birthday, and I said, oh yeah, why not? I literally didn't have plans. Like, I was just gonna like relax at home and just like have like a relaxing day since I did so much on the weekend. So I said, yeah, like we could definitely chill. But like, I be saying that because people be flaking. So I just be like, all right, I'm down to see, if it's really gonna happen, because it was far from her. Like, she lived an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not far for some lesbians, but to me, I was like, oh, that's a drive. So yeah, it was the day of my birthday, and I told her like, you can come up north, and we could go to that restaurant that I went to, so you could see the view. But before that, I was like, we should FaceTime, because I'm not about to be like catfished, and I hope you're not an old man trying to like meet up with me.
Yeah, so I sent her a voice message.
Yeah.
I actually still have it, but I'm not
Really?
gonna look for it. Yeah.
No, she actually FaceTimed me like right away.
The night before we were supposed to meet, we were texting, and she was like, oh, like, we're gonna have to like FaceTime or whatever, so I know that you're not like a 60-year-old man. So I was like, bet, I'll do you better. So I sent her a voice message, and I was laughing because I was literally gonna tell her the same thing. Like, I was like, I'm gonna FaceTime you because I need to know like we good.
Right.
And she sent me a voice message back, like laughing, and was just like, okay, like I'm glad we're like on the same boat here. And then right before like the day of, she was like, oh yeah, FaceTime me, whatever. And I FaceTimed her, and I was in the car, and I'm like waiting for, I think I was about to leave. I was getting ready to leave.
Oh yeah.
And I FaceTimed her, and she's not ready yet.
No, I was not ready. I'm the worst.
That made me so happy, because I was like, wow, like she answered the phone like not at all ready. No
makeup, I had no makeup
like,
on.
Nothing. Like, she was just regular. And I was just like, oh my God, the eyebrows are real.
So you thought the eyebrows were fake?
Girl, let me tell you, I've seen some shit. And the way women really draw on their eyebrows, like it's a
crazy.
Skill.
Yeah,
it's a skill.
They're very artistic.
Yes. So I was just like, nah, B, like I need to see like what she looked like, regular. And she answered the phone, regular. And I was like, wow. That's awesome. I'm coming.
Yeah, I was so nervous, but I wanted her to see me without makeup. Like, that wasn't planned, but I also just like, I want people to see me without makeup. Like, I want you to really want me for the real me, not me when I only look good.
She look good.
And yeah, I was like, whatever. Like, I'm just gonna be regular, which I was.
I make the drive out there. First of all, it was a long ass drive. One thing I hate about going up north is the motherfucking tolls. Like, it's expensive,
And the
but
traffic.
whatever. Yeah,
Tuh. And the parking is just a lot.
the worst. Anyway, so I tell her like I'm on my way, and she's like, "All right, like let me know when you're close so I can like pull my car out and you can park here." And I'm like, "Y'all really ain't got no parking."
Uh-huh.
So I pulled up. I'm nervous, like I'm shitting bricks. I'm nervous, and I pull up and she's like chilling on her car. Like, leaned on her car, legs crossed, and I'm like, okay. So I rolled the window. My windows are tinted, so she really didn't know, like, until I pulled up and pulled the thing down. So I pull the window down. I'm like, I think you're parked in my spot. And she laughs. So she's like all cute, long hair, curled up. And she just, so like, it was just like slow mo when I seen that. 'Cause I was like, oh shit. Like, she cute. And she fucking tall. Now, if you know me, I'm a good 5'9".
Yeah. Like,
I'm pretty freaking tall. And not saying that I haven't met tall females, but I didn't, it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
So I get out, park in her spot, and then I get in her car. She's driving. So I'm like, okay, you could be the man today. I'm not from around here, so I'll let you have that. And it was like kind of like an awkward hug. She's like, hi. And I'm like, hey. Like, and she's just like, give her a hug or whatever. And I'm like, in my head, awkward. And from there, like, we were just, she starts driving, taking us to wherever we're going. And she's like talking and stuff. And I joke around a lot. So she's kind of serious. So in the car, I'm like saying things, I can't help it. Like I don't filter my personality anymore. Like I just say what I want. I'm just, I don't know. That's just how I am. So I'd say things and I'm laughing at myself. Yeah. And she's just like, yeah. Like, but it got better. We got to the little restaurant she had and that she had took me to, where it was like the view of the city and shit. It was super nice. And I didn't let her pay for dinner because it was her birthday. And what did we do after that? We had like a drink and shit. Yeah. And then I paid for it. We walked out and we sat like by the water. And we just talked about shit. Most of what I remember is like we got into love languages. Yeah. And I have very sweaty hands. Yo, like my hands sweat.
It's crazy out here.
Bad. Yeah. Like you would think I washed my hands like it just came out the faucet. Yeah. And we were sitting outside, so it wasn't that sweaty, but like I told her, I was like, yeah, like I usually don't like to hold hands or like hold anybody's hand because I'm just self-conscious about my hands, like they sweat. And people don't listen to me when I tell them that. Like they think, oh, it's funny until it's not. Like you touch my hands and they're like, ew. And I'm just like, well, nobody told you to touch my hands. So I remember telling her that, and like she like touches my hands. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, and then she puts her leg on me.
Oh wow. I didn't even
you put your leg on me and then you were like rubbing my back.
Oh wow.
And I was like, oh my God. Like, as we're talking about love languages, because I think physical touch came up. And I was just telling her like, oh, I'm not, in my past experiences with people, I'm not really a physical kind of person. Like I'm not as affectionate usually as people want. So I think that's why we're having that conversation, and she was like implying that she was. And I'm like, oh damn, then I'm gonna have to work on that. Yeah. But when she touched me, I was like, oh shit. Like, wow, I kind of like that. Like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to be better. I'm gonna have to be better for this one. And I don't know. I always remember that, and I was just like, damn. That gave me tingles. Like, I think I'm gonna like her. Like, that's crazy.
That's funny. But
Well,
we're winding back to like when you got in my car. So if you're from up North Jersey, you know that driving up here is just like a tragedy. Like like people just don't care. And then since we met up around 4 p.m., traffic was already hectic.
mhm.
So I don't think I ever told you this, but I actually got my car washed before you came. Cause I'm not about to put her in no dirty ass car, and my car be dirty, and I'm not a dirty person. It just be messy. So I was like, oh, I need to make a good first impression. So I had to do that before she came to me too. And then just like driving in the traffic, I didn't want to get lost. Like I don't know if you ever been on a first date, you know that you probably get nervous. So I was like nervous because I'm like, okay, now I'm driving and I'm having to make conversation. I'm like, oh, I gotta make sure I put good songs. Like I gotta make sure I put some good music on. So it was like a lot of pressure. And I thought she was beautiful. I was like, this girl is like, you know, when you look at someone,
Oh my God.
you're like, oh my God,
That's a new
she's just
detail.
like, it was just like she's too beautiful. Like it was like too much.
Is
I
that why
was
you would
like,
look at me often?
yeah, it was just like too much. So I was like nervous because I don't know, she just made me nervous. And usually I don't really get nervous. Like if you know me and I've been on a date with you, I just be saying whatever and I just be acting like whatever. And one thing that I did have in mind though is like since it was my birthday, I told her, I was like, after everything, I was like, if she didn't pay for the date, I was gonna cut her off. I know I'm the worst. But
She'd have been texting her friends like,
I would have been
this
like,
bitch did not
this girl
pay.
did not pay.
She didn't even try to do
Yeah,
half.
like she didn't even like. I was just keeping that in mind. I was like, let's see what happens. Let's see when the check
Asshole.
comes.
Yeah. Nah. I paid for that shit because I was like, let me not be an asshole. Like, it is her birthday. Whether this thing goes to shit or not, I'm gonna be a gentleman here. Like, let me, be considerate. Like,
Right.
and that's just how I am. Like, I like to pay for things anyway, only because,
Yeah.
I don't. People like to throw shit in your face.
Yeah.
So in the event,
I wouldn't have mind paying, but since it was my birthday, I felt like I didn't have to pay. Like it's my birthday.
I
Like it's
guess.
actually the day of my birthday.
Yeah.
But whatever. After that, we had like great conversations, and then I drove us back to my apartment. And I asked her if she wanted to come upstairs because it wasn't that late. It was probably like 8 or 9 p.m. I know she had a long drive home, but I don't know, I just didn't want the date to end. And she looked so surprised when I asked her if she wanted to come upstairs.
First of all, I had never dated anyone who had their own shit. And I actually wasn't living on my own either. I was still living at home. And to know that she lived by herself, it was just like, whoa, that's some grown up shit right there. Like, I mean, I was traveling and shit, and
Yeah.
me being single, I didn't feel like I need to be living on my own.
Right.
So I stayed home and paid rent at home. But she had her own shit, like, and I was like, wow, this is some real grown up shit. Like, mind you, when I first saw her on Instagram, I thought she was older than me. I was like, oh yeah, I need I need to date me an older shorty, obviously. And I was rudely mistaken. She is actually a year younger than me. So that was false advertisement.
Yeah, she's 27, I'm 26.
Yeah.
That feels so weird to say out loud.
Yeah.
A little old.
So, she was like, I was like, damn, this the awkward part. Like, I hate saying goodbye. I'm not good at goodbyes. Like, I don't like it. It's just awkward a little bit for me.
Yeah.
So I was like, damn, like, I'm gonna just have to dab shorty up because like this shit about to be awkward. And she ended up like telling me like, you want to come up or like you trying to leave now? And I was like, I mean, I ain't doing nothing. I'm already here. Like I don't work tomorrow, so it's not like I have a time limit of when I need to go. So she was like, you can come up. And I was like, oh, shit. She said I could come up. Like, there's some grown-up shit. Like, I only see this shit in movies. Like, you want to come up? Like, okay. So, I was chill. I was like, yeah, whatever. And her apartment's cute, you know, obviously aesthetically pleasing. Then she brings out the wine, pours us some wine, and then she's like pulling out these cards, like,
Oh my God. Yeah, I have these cards. You guys have to get it. It's called We Are We're Not Really Strangers, and then there's another one. I don't know. I'll add it to the description, but they're so good and they have like great conversation starters. So basically we just drank wine and we answered questions like all night. Mind you, I had to work in the morning, but I did
I
work
forgot
from
about that.
home, so it was like, okay, I gotta roll out of bed and be at work at 9 a.m. So
Yeah.
we literally stayed up till like 5 a.m.
Yeah, we stayed up
talking.
all night. We were talking. At one point we cuddled.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was finally time to go to bed. And she was like, you can come lay in my bed.
Uh-huh.
Mind you, I'm still wearing the same clothes.
Yeah.
I sure enough went to sleep in those same clothes.
Yeah.
But
I told her, I was like, you could get some PJs, but
yeah.
she was
But
being
I was
like,
like,
she was
I'm
like,
alright, like I'm good, I'm comfy, it's okay.
she thought I was trying to get in her pants.
Nah. Obviously not, because she didn't even try to kiss me. So I actually kissed her, but it wasn't until the next day. Like I didn't kiss her that night.
Yeah.
Like we was all up in each other's space,
Yeah.
cuddling and shit. But I didn't kiss her because I was like, nah, like I'm gonna wait. And then it didn't happen till the next day.
Yeah.
But the next day I still didn't leave till like 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, this day was like almost 48 hours.
Yeah.
I cooked her breakfast. I made her
She did.
what did I make it? Avocado toast.
So good.
And
That's
like
what did
fruits.
it for me. The
Yeah.
avocado toast. So I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. Like, and I laid on the couch most of the time while she was at work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was literally working from home from 9 to 6 and she was just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, my job didn't, like, I didn't have to be on the phone at that time.
It wasn't that
so,
demanding.
Yeah, so it was like I could, like, do my work and still talk to her at the same time.
Yeah.
So we were just, like, chilling. Then I think we had, like, dinner and then you went home around, like, 7 or something like that.
No, I actually went home pretty late
Oh, really?
that day.
I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah, I went home late. And I remember I think it was that same night. I remember calling my best friend and I was like, bruh, the date finally ended. And she was like, God damn, did you have that date like 2 days ago? And I was like, yo.
That's the thing with lesbian relationships. Like, the date never ends. Like, it's like we could really just be chilling for like a whole 4 days.
Yeah.
Like, we're crazy.
Yeah. But I mean, my dates have always ended. It was just like, all right, it's time to go home. You go to your home. I go to my home.
Yeah.
We'll hit each other up tomorrow. And then we'll just, start a new day. Like, no, we literally, like, I slept over. And I was like, oh, shit. Well, I mean, I'm far as fuck. So I hope you don't expect me to go home.
No.
I had a good time, so it didn't matter.
I loved it.
I was like, wow. And then I text her when I got home, like, hey, I got home, I had a good time. I try to be cute, appreciative and shit. And she's just like, yeah, definitely a chapter in my book. And I'm like, what the fuck? So that's it.
I try to make a joke. I was just like, I always say this, but I'm gonna write a book one day about dates. And then I told her, I was like, this chapter is gonna be like the date that never ended, or like the date that lasted, I don't remember how many hours. But she took that as in me saying that I'm never gonna see her again.
I was like, so that's it? It's just that one date? Like, what you mean? Like, the date that never...
No.
I'm not a chapter, baby. I am a full-on series.
Yeah, and then she just kept coming up every like week and staying for like 2-3 days. I went down to her, but she came up to me more because like obviously I had my own place, so we had that privacy. And yeah, we ended up moving in together like a year later.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, so now we're down here.
It's been history ever since.
And we have a dog.
And we got a dog, and we got, we just doing big girl things.
Yeah, but I feel like, I mean, for some people maybe it's rushed, but like for us it just felt right, like we're grown. We're about to be 30 pretty soon. And
relax with the 30.
You're 3 years shy from 30. But yeah, we felt like it was right, and like we're doing pretty good living together, like 2 Virgos.
That's good or bad.
Yeah.
But I just feel like yes, we have the stigma of like as lesbians we move fast. But again, I think it's just the connection that women build with each other. It's just easier for us to create a bond.
Right.
And um, I've created many bonds,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been cool. And I had to friend zone some of those bonds,
Mm-hmm.
and had to realize that, oh, maybe that should have just been a friendship and shouldn't
Right.
have passed that line.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to let go some things, well, some bonds. And I just feel like when I finally met her, like I already knew like I was looking for someone different.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm very, very picky.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about feeling like I know like something was like I knew that I was missing a feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like no matter how much I liked the person, something just didn't feel like comfortable. I wasn't comfortable. So I just would kind of just end certain relationships.
Right.
And then when I met her, I was like, wow. Like I knew this, like I felt this feeling before, so I know it exists.
Yeah.
But now I finally know that like I'm not tripping. Like it really exists, and I finally fucking found it.
Yeah.
And that feeling is the tingle in your vagina. But yeah, I was just like, I'm done being a fuckboy and living my best life.
Yeah.
It's time to, grow and mature with someone else. Like I've
Uh-huh.
already not mastered, because obviously you continue growing by yourself, but
Yeah.
I've been doing that for the last 5 years. Like now I want to grow and build something with, a
Mm-hmm.
partner.
Yeah.
And I knew
Mm-hmm.
that I was putting my eggs in the right basket.
Right.
I mean, she's a pretty good partner. So
For me, I feel like I was a little skeptical because, like I said, I was like, this girl's like TikTok famous. She probably has like so many girls. So I would think about that. And unfortunately, in my past relationships with women, I didn't have like the healthiest relationship. So I was like, I just hope that this isn't like another unhealthy relationship, because I truly don't have it in me to be in another unhealthy one. So I kind of was like a little, I guess like I had a wall up a little bit.
definitely a
But
tough cookie.
yeah, but I mean, I was still trying to get to know her and like really try to get to know like what she's looking for, which is why we would play like those questions game, because there are some questions that you want to ask people, but you don't know how to ask it, and it's like I don't know, like it's like you don't want to bring it up randomly, and with those questions, it's just like we're playing this game, so we kind of have to answer it, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
So it's not
mhm.
like, oh, it was your idea to ask it. It was the cards.
It was the
It was
cards
the
idea,
cards.
not mine, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
so and you know what's crazy? Like we met at a time where like COVID was still happening. I mean, it is still happening now, but like I said, it was like the fall right after, so restaurants were opening little by little, but you had to make reservations and they only took like a certain number of people inside the restaurant at a time. So we really couldn't go out that much, and bars were still not open. I mean, they were, but they would allow like 10 people inside at once.
Yeah.
So clubs were not open at all, so it was like going out together to do like get drinks and stuff like that. It wasn't a thing. So what we did a lot is that we chilled at home, and like we did a lot of at home dates. Like I said
It's a lot
before,
of personal time.
yeah, like we did like a lot of painting and just like make your own pizza. We would cook a lot. Like things that we saw on TikTok, we would cook.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that kind of just made our relationship stronger, and that's why we were moving, I guess, so fast paced, is because like there's no other distractions. It's just me and her. There's like her friends or my friends. It was literally just like me and her, no other people. So I feel like we really just got to know each other on a personal level without outside factors.
Yeah. We really knew what we were getting into.
Right.
And I mean, when we did hit the public scene and social
Uh-huh.
outings, obviously that brings out another side of people.
Uh-huh.
But we got to see how we move socially as well. And I feel like us getting to know each other personally first, we knew what we had to offer. So it was like, damn, you know, when you start to see things that you don't like, that you're learning about someone, you're like, I don't like that, but I know who you are personally. So I'm just going to bring this, instead of just dumbing you, I'm just going to be like, listen, these are my concerns.
Right.
And if these things can change or we can work, you know, past this.
Yeah.
And make it, you know, better, then we're gonna be good. Like,
right.
And we've done a lot of you know, alterations and growing, but honestly, it hasn't been that much.
Yeah, I mean, we're not perfect. Yeah. Even though, like, I guess social media
portrays it.
Mm-hmm. Nobody's perfect. Every relationship has their flaws.
But honestly, this is probably the best one that I've had.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now, when I say, I mean, again, I haven't had many relationships. I've, you know, I guess I've had semi-long term is, I guess, 2 or really 1. But this is probably the realest period. Yeah. And this is the only one that I count. Right. Everything else was just like, you know, situationships. Right. I had a lot of those that you don't take serious anyway, but you kind of learn from that what you want, what you don't want, and shit. And I'm glad I got most of what I wanted.
And also, we talked a little bit about it before in other videos, but I wasn't out when I met her. Like, I was out to friends, like my close friends, but I wasn't out to everyone else. Like, people on my social media didn't know, and my family didn't know. So I also had to go through that phase with her, with like having to come out to my family, having to come out to my friends. I mean, to my, I guess, social media. And she was like very understanding and just supportive. Didn't rush me throughout like the process. And like, I knew it was real because like I said before, I don't introduce everyone that I date to my family. And this time it was like, well, I need to introduce this person to my family, and this is now, it's not a male, it's a female. So it was like a lot going on with that. But my parents were very accepting, so
I love her family.
Lucky to say that.
Yeah. I haven't got to meet everyone, obviously, but
yeah, big family.
yeah, her parents are, and you know, her siblings, they're cute.
Yeah,
we're gonna be besties. But that's how we met. You know? Yeah. Again, well, here's your chapter on video. The date that never ended.
The date that never ended. Yeah.
So, is that all?
Yep. You get a kiss.
Oh. Okay.
I'm done with her.
All right, well.
But yeah, thank you so much for listening. Please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We really appreciate all the support that we've been getting. And yeah.
Deuce, mother goose.
Bye.